Okay, grade 7. We are doing chapter 7, lesson 1. Okay. And it's called classifying angles. This lesson or this chapter, you need to know a lot of vocabulary. Because if you don't know the vocabulary, that means you will choose the wrong items or the wrong angles or the wrong answers. See all this? This is just for this lesson. And you need to know the symbols also. Okay? So, we start by defining what is an angle. Okay? So, it is the distance between two rays that intersect at a common vertex. Okay? Or where two rays meet. The distance between the two rays, so a ray is like that. It has an arrow. So this is what I am calling an angle. From here to here. Okay? Now, this is a ray. This is a ray. This is an angle. Angle is you measure the inside between these two lines. And where they meet is called a vertex. Okay? Now, one is vertex, many is vertices. When I say vertices, I mean many points where rays meet. If it is one, it's called a vertex. Okay? Now, vertices are always labeled with a capital letter. A, B, C, whatever letter you want. So, this is angle A. Or, I can say, this is B, C, D. I can say this is angle B, C, D. Or angle D, C, B. Or D, C, B with the arc on C. That means I am talking about this angle. Okay? So angles are either shown with this sign or the sign on top of the letter. So when the sign is like this, they are talking about C. The letter in the middle, that's the angle they are talking about. Okay? Or B, C, D, like that. So this is how I know I am measuring an angle. Now, there are different types of angles you should know. But before that, I should introduce you to this tool. This tool is called a protractor. Please download a picture, cut it, and glue it in your book. Now, every protractor has two zeros. Do you see that? The highest angle you can measure on a protractor is 180 degrees. If you start with this 0, you count the outside. If you start with this 0, you count the inside. Okay? If you start here, the numbers you will use are the outside. If you start here, the numbers you will use are the inside. In the middle of your protractor is 90 degrees. Okay? All right. So let's talk about the different types of angles. So I have shown you the symbol for angle, yes? I can either say, so symbol for angle, symbol for angles. So I can say angle A, or I can say angle A. Now, when you measure angles, you use degrees. The units for angles is degrees. That means a number or a letter with a degree sign. Y degrees, like that. So I know I'm talking about angle, 62 degrees, like that. When I see the degree sign, then I know I'm talking about angles. All right, let's start describing or classifying angles. So the smallest angle is the acute angle. Spelling is very important. What is an acute angle? It is less than 90 degrees. It is greater than 0 degrees. Okay, an acute angle is an angle that is less than 90 degrees but greater than 0 degrees. Okay, then how do you write this using an inequality? I will put x, I will put the less than sign on the left and right, I will put 90 degrees, I will put 0 degrees. This is how you explain using mathematics. This is how you explain using words. Okay? Then you draw your picture. It can be like that. It can be like this. Make sure you show the angle. It can be like this. Okay? However way. So there, it looks like V or A. Okay? That's how you identify. So, any number between 0 and 90 is acute. You cannot use 0. You have to use 0.1. You cannot use 90. You have to use 80, 89.9 is the largest. Okay? Now, angles can be measured as a fraction. So that means you can use a fraction. You can use a decimal. You can use a whole number. You can use a mixed number. And they have to be positive. Only positive numbers. Only positive values. If it is negative, you're wrong. Now let's talk about the next one. After acute, it is 90. After acute, so your second angle is a right angle. Okay? It is exactly 90 degrees, or it is equal to 90 degrees. How do I know? It looks like an L. Please use a ruler. The minute you see this box, this is the symbol for 90 degrees. How do you write it using math? X equals 90 degrees. The picture looks like a 7. As long as you see this box, it can look like this. 90 degrees. This box tells you you have measured a 90-degree angle. Okay? A 90-degree angle, you can only use 90. There's no other number, 90 only. Can't be more than 90, less than, it has to be 90 only. Okay? Alright. The next angle we are going to do is obtuse angle. So the obtuse angle is less than 180 degrees, but greater than 90 degrees. X 180 degrees, 90 degrees. That's how you write it. This angle here that is between 90 and 180 is called obtuse angle. Okay? Now, you can use a fraction as long as it's a fraction greater than 90 and less than 180. It can be a decimal. It can be a whole number. It can be a mixed number. As long as the number you have or the value you have is between 90 and 180, then you will be correct. Obtuse angles, I will draw here. Like that. Okay? Or like that. More than 90, less than 180. Then the fourth angle is straight. A straight angle. And a straight angle is just a straight line. So it can be like that. Put a line here in the middle and draw like that. It can be horizontal. Remember, you're drawing angles, you should put the arrows at the end, the rays. Okay? It can be vertical. It can be diagonal. As long as the line is straight, and please use a ruler to draw. So let's describe a straight angle. A straight angle is exactly 180 degrees. X equals 180 degrees. You cannot use any other number other than 180 degrees. If you use another number, you are wrong. This is the only number you can use when you're describing the straight angle. Now, there's a fifth angle. The book does not talk about it, but I need you to know. So there's a fifth angle. It's called a reflex angle. So the reflex angle is on the outside. This angle is so it is greater than 180 but less than 360 degrees. Okay, so we write it in words: less than 360 degrees, greater than 180 degrees. So you can either use acute is inside, reflex is outside. Or you can use the obtuse angle. This is outside, is the reflex. And here is obtuse. Obtuse is inside. Reflex is outside. Reflex. Or you can draw it with a 90 degree also. But the reflex is outside. This is 90 degrees. This is reflex out here. Okay? So what we can say, acute plus reflex should give me 360 degrees. Acute plus reflex equal 360 degrees. Obtuse plus reflex equals 360 degrees. Right plus reflex equals to 360 degrees. Okay? So we have done that. Now we need to do vertical angles. All right? Vertical angles. How do I know vertical angles? Draw an X. The minute an X has been drawn, you see this is an X. You know you're talking about vertical angles. A, B, C, D. A is equal to B because they are vertically opposite each other. Vertical angles are opposite each other. So you will say angle A is equal to angle C. If I write 30 degrees here, I should write 30 degrees here. Now, angle D is equal to angle B. If I write 150 degrees here, I should write 150 degrees over here. Then angle A plus angle B should equal to 180 degrees because they are adjacent. Angle B plus angle C should also add up to 180 degrees because they are adjacent. Angle C plus angle D should add up to 180 degrees. Angle D plus angle A should add up to 180 degrees. A is adjacent to B. B is adjacent to C. They are next to each other. See? Next to each other. There. Adjacent angles. They share the same line and they share the same vertex. Okay? Now, another reason, angle A plus angle B plus angle C plus angle D should give me 360 degrees. These relationships are important for you to know. Here we will say angle A is congruent. This symbol is congruent. Congruent means equal to angle C. Angle A is congruent to angle C. Angle D is congruent to angle B. So we are together up to there. You have to know these definitions, okay? They can use numbers or they can use letters, okay? Did you see? Symbol, congruent. Angle 1 is congruent to angle 3. That means whatever number I write here, I should also write here. Angle 2 is congruent to 4. Okay? Please do these examples. I want to explain here. All right. So in this picture, I will say this is A, this is B, this is C, this is D. If I just like doing that. Now, I know that A is equal to C. So I will write angle A is equal to angle C. Angle A is 2x plus 2, and angle C is 130 degrees. I put my bridge, I minus 2 on both sides. This goes away. 2x equals to 128. Then I divide both sides. If you don't put your degrees, you will be wrong. I divide both sides by 2. X equals 64 degrees. And there is my answer. I have found X. Now, if I want to find angle A, I will do angle A equals 2x plus 2. 2 times 64 plus 2. 2 times 64 is 128 plus 2. Please put your degrees. And 128 plus 2 is 130 degrees. And there I have proven that angle A and angle C are the same. Now, let us do D and B. Angle D is equal to angle B. Angle D is 3y minus 10, which is equal to 50 degrees. Let me put my bridge. Plus 10 plus 10. 3y equals to 60. Divide by 3. This goes away. Y equals to 20. You see that? 20 degrees. Don't forget your degree sign. You don't, you'll be wrong. Okay? After you do that, you check. Angle D equals to 3y minus 10. Angle D equals to 3 bracket y minus 10. Angle D equals to 3 times 20 minus 10. Angle D equals to 60 minus 10. Angle D equals to 50 degrees. Sorry, box everything. And there, I told you vertically opposite. So do your examples. We will talk tomorrow, inshallah. Okay, look at this example also. You should know that this and this, they are adjacent. If you're adjacent, you should add up to 180 degrees. Remember, we learned equations. Whatever we learned before, you have to come and apply. Okay? All right, bye.